I got it, Noble. Yeah.
The recording started.
Islam, Islam, Islam. Empire State of Morocco, universal sovereign, original, indigenous, ancient, natural, divine, Moorish American, Al Moroccan, consular, court action, and arrest command. 00000023. Date of action is May 15, 1445, 2025. Time of action, 7 p.m. Cause of action, unlawful occupation of sovereign, original, indigenous land. All rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity. This is a sovereign, living, ancient Article 3 Moorish American, Al Moroccan consular court action. I am sovereign Justice Duran Edward Murrow in capitis diminutio nolo in red ink, in proprio persona sui juris, in proprio solo, and in proprio heredis. My free chosen national appellation is Ogunwole, Supreme Seven Solution Ill, in capitis diminutio nolo, in red ink, in proprio persona sui juris, in proprio solo, and in proprio heredis. We are the original, indigenous, sovereign, ancient, Al-Moroccan, Moorish American ascendant of the great pharaohs of Kemet and of the ancient Moabites and Canaanites. Our full faith and trust, our allegiance, our credit, and our energy are hereby vested in ourselves, for we are the people who are the original, indigenous, natural, divine, ancient Empire State of Morocco and the de jure Moorish National Republic federal government. We hereby exercise all sovereign rights at this time. And at all points in time. Excuse me for that pause. Non-pro temp. We are the most ancient sovereign court, both at heaven and at earth. Ego sum, governing living justice, Duran Edward Murrow, in capitis diminutio nolo, in proprio persona sui juris, in proprio solo, and in proprio heredis. My free sovereign chosen nobility appellation is Ogunwole, Supreme Seven Solution Ill, in capitis diminutio nolo, in proprio persona, in proprio persona sui juris, in proprio solo, and in proprio heredis. My matrilineal ascendant appellation is Duran Edward Murrow. I am ascended from Empress Linda May Murrow, to whom I give eternal honors by my actions. No United States corporation, company, person, and she is ascended from Empress Alice May Murrow, to whom I give eternal honors by my actions. No United States corporation, company, person, nor their agents, principals, heirs, assigns, nor any derivatives thereof has personam jurisdiction over me, nor over any of my brothers and sisters, who are the sovereign Moorish nobility on this earth. This is universal sovereign lawful cause of action is manifested by the original indigenous sovereign natural divine people who are the de jure Moorish National Republic federal government, the de jure Moorish American consulate, and the de jure sovereign universal Article 3 Moorish American Al Moroccan consular court. The universal natural area code for this sovereign court is 4S3WV space QVKZ5. This cause of action sovereign alphanumeric identifier is MACW plus cause 00000023, which is noticed to appear to the named United States corporation company persons for unlawful occupation of our sovereign, original, indigenous, ancient ancestral lands. The date that the United States corporation company persons were commanded to appear is today, May 15, 1445 on the sun calendar, 1440, I think, 1 on the moon calendar, and 2025 on the Gregorian Greco-Roman calendar at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 11 p.m. Coordinated Universal Time. This video platform is recording at least 2 or more Moorish sovereign Moorish American witnesses present, and all who is viewed this sovereign consular court action on the public record are witnesses as well. This audio and video platform does not in any way diminish the sovereign authority, universal power, nor the ancestral efficacy of the commands by this court, nor our consulate, nor our sovereign Moorish American government. Lawful notification was given to the said United States corporation company persons by way of the public record. All of the commerce by said United States corporation has been terminated by way of sovereign universal commercial code 1 lien. We, the justices of the Moorish American Consular Court, do hereby administer universal sovereign consular court actions in favor of all Moors where unlawful occupation of our sovereign original indigenous land is proven, with nationality status being the proof necessary to activate our sovereign living courts to action. This cause of action is hereby placed on the public record for the public record and letting the public record show that the United States corporation company persons are hereby called forth at this time. And you are commanded to state your name and nationality for the Moorish American people who are the Moorish National Republic federal government. Once you have stated your name for the record, you would then be required to respond to 3 questions by this living court. You are commanded to say nothing further, and no questions will be answered by this court at this time. We like to call forth the first data that's listed on her. I got Duran Edward Murrow, DBA, Duran Edward Murrow in all capital letters. Are you present? And I'm just going to go through all the debtors and then I'll finish. Second debtor, Louis DeJoy, DBA, Louis DeJoy, DBA, Postmaster General, Shelby Post Office. All heirs, assigns, principals, agents, derivatives thereof at 2312 South Preston Street, Louisville, Kentucky, 40217. Okay, I'm going to be reading the addresses because they all post offices and the addresses distinct them from each other. Third debtor, Louis DeJoy, DBA, Louis DeJoy, in all capital letters, DBA, Postmaster General, U.S. Post Office, all heirs, assigns, principals, agents, derivatives thereof, 4858 Brownsboro Road, Louisville, Kentucky, 40207. Fourth debtor, Louis DeJoy, DBA, Louis DeJoy in all capital letters, DBA, Postmaster General, U.S. Post Office, all heirs, assigns, principals, agents, derivatives thereof, 5203 LZ Road, Louisville, Kentucky, 40258. Fifth debtor, Louis DeJoy, DBA, Louis DeJoy in all capital letters, DBA, Postmaster General, U.S. Post Office, all heirs, assigns, principals, agents, derivatives thereof, 6302 Boys Town Road, Louisville, Kentucky, 40291. Sixth debtor, Louis DeJoy, DBA, Louis DeJoy, DBA, Postmaster General, United States Postal Service, all heirs, assigns, principals, agents, derivatives thereof, 835 South 7th Street, Louisville, Kentucky, 40203. Seventh debtor, Louis DeJoy, DBA, Louis DeJoy in all capital letters, DBA, Postmaster General, United States Postal Service, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. location, all hers, assigns, principals, agents, derivatives thereof, 2727 West Broadway, Louisville, Kentucky, 40211. Debtor 8. I got Scott Neff, DBA, Scott Neff, DBA, CEO, Glenview Trust Company. All hers, assigns, principals, agents, derivatives thereof, 5900 US 42, Louisville, Kentucky, 40241. Ninth debtor and last debtor, Paolo Vitelli, DBA Pablo Vitelli, in all capital letters, doing business as owner of 2016 208 feet Benetti. All hers, assigns, principals, agents, derivatives thereof. Room 230, Building 1, number 457, North Shanatch Road, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33315. That is the ninth debtor. And the last debtor. Is any of the debtors present? Are any of the debtors present? The name of the United States Corporation Company persons was called. Said United States Corporation Company persons failed to respond and failed to appear. Islam, silence is acquiescence. Therefore, those who do not speak when commanded have consented to our universal sovereign jurisdictional authority by way of this sovereign ex parte action, as the United States Corporation Company persons did fail to appear and or respond point for point. Sovereign ex parte actions by the Supreme Justices, who are the living Moorish American consular court, are further affirmation that we know that we do not need the permission of anyone to lawfully govern our vast estate, and all United States Corporation Company persons are subject to this justice and all subsequent justice and commands by this court. Our sovereign government rulings are the supreme law for our land, even in matters ex parte. We, the people, do hereby state that those United States Corporation Company persons whose names were called are guilty of unlawful occupation of our sovereign, original, indigenous, ancient, ancestral land. All property on our land is already in the sovereign possession of the heirs, and all United States Corporation Company persons. Fraud has been removed from our sovereign resources. The American Provost Marshal is hereby notified and commanded to arrest you and place you at Guantanamo Bay Prison, where your decapitation shall occur. All who choose to live and breathe on our land are subject to us and shall obey all sovereign commands by us, and no public office nor property shall be held by said consenting subjects. We are the holy ones. We live. We are the keys to our abundant empire. Amen, amen, amen. Truly I say to you, whatsoever we bind on earth is bound in heaven, and whatsoever we set free on earth is set free in heaven. With the completion of this sovereign Moorish American consular court action, we the heirs do by peacefully tribute to ourselves and to our sovereign heirs that which is rightfully ours according to the will of our eternal, omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, infinite, self-existent, self-sufficient ancestors who are present here for this court action and who are within us now and forever. This sovereign Moorish American consular court action is hereby complete. Peace and grand rising to the ascended Moorish American nobility, and grand rising to all risen humanity. Islam, Islam, Islam. This court action is now adjourned.
This session is no longer being recorded.
Say again, Noble.